What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're holding XRP right now, this video is going to be very important for you, because in the last few days, some massive things have happened around XRP and most people are only looking at the price and panicking. Today we're going to break down everything: the price situation, the institutional moves, the regulations, the tech updates, and most importantly, what all of this actually means for you. Stay till the end because I'm going to share something that most people in this space are completely missing. Alright, let's start with the thing everyone's thinking about: the price. Right now, XRP is trading around $1.15. That is a 15-week low. Just a few weeks ago we were above $1.3, and now we've broken through multiple support levels on heavy volume. On June 2nd, XRP dropped over 5% in a single session, crashing from $1.27 down to around $1.2, and it kept falling from there. The $1.25 support level that traders were watching, it's gone, and it's now acting as resistance on the way back up. So where's the next support? The zone that analysts are watching closely is $1.1 to $1.15. And here's why that level actually matters. This is the same area where XRP found a bottom back in February 2026 during the Iran war crash. It held before, and there's a real possibility it holds again. Now here's a technical signal that you need to pay attention to. XRP's RSI, the Relative Strength Index, has dropped to 27.55. Anything below 30 means the asset is deeply oversold. That doesn't mean the price automatically goes up, but it does mean the selling has been so aggressive that a relief bounce is statistically very likely. So yes, the chart looks rough right now, but the fundamentals tell a very different story. Let's talk about the biggest news of this week, and honestly, one of the biggest developments in XRP's entire history. On June 1, 2026, CME Group officially launched 24/7 XRP futures trading. Now if you don't know what CME is, it's the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, the world's largest and most trusted derivatives marketplace. Before this, CME only operated during standard market hours, Monday to Friday. Now, trading never stops 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And the most important part, Ripple Prime is the day one clearing and financing partner for this launch. Ripple is literally embedded in the infrastructure of the world's biggest derivatives exchange. Why does this matter so much? Because big institutions, banks, hedge funds, asset managers, they don't just jump into random crypto exchanges. They need regulated environments, proper clearing infrastructure, and round-the-clock access. CME just gave them all of that for XRP. And here's a fact that Ripple themselves highlighted: XRP futures were the fastest growing contract in CME's history, hitting $1 billion in open interest in just 3 months. Think about that: $1 billion in institutional money, just in derivatives alone. The price is down, but the infrastructure being built around XRP is bigger than ever. Now on June 3rd, another major move happened. Ripple expanded its Washington, D.C. policy office. This might sound boring, but it is anything but. Ripple spent years fighting the SEC in court and they won. But that was just one battle. The real war is about shaping the rules that will govern crypto for the next decade. By expanding their DC presence, Ripple is putting itself directly at the table where those rules are being written. That means XRP's future is being actively protected and advocated for at the highest levels of US government. This is long-term strategic thinking, and it directly benefits every XRP holder. Now let's talk about the legislation that could change everything: the Digital Asset Market Clarity Act, also known as the Clarity Act. The Senate Banking Committee has advanced this bill with bipartisan support, meaning both Democrats and Republicans are behind it. What does this bill actually do? It creates clear legal definitions for digital assets, specifically defining which tokens are securities and which are commodities. For XRP, this is huge. Right now, even after winning against the SEC, there's still a cloud of regulatory uncertainty hanging over XRP in the eyes of some institutional players. If this bill passes, that cloud disappears completely. And according to Polymarket, the leading prediction market, the Clarity Act has a 55% chance of passing in 2026. That's better than a coin flip on legislation that could send institutional money flooding into XRP. The moment this passes, the game changes. Let's quickly cover what's happening on the XRP ledger itself, because the technology is moving fast. A new proposal has been filed to upgrade the XRPL's native automated market maker with 3 new swappable curve types. In simple terms, this makes it significantly more efficient for liquidity providers to deploy capital on the XRP ledger's DeFi ecosystem. This closes one of the biggest gaps that XRPL DeFi had compared to Ethereum and other chains. There's also been a fix cleanup upgrade rolled out to clean up expired DENFs on the ledger, keeping the network healthy and efficient. And validators are currently voting on 5 technical amendments in Ripple 3.0.0, fixing rounding errors in AMS, missing ledger metadata, and Oracle pricing. All of this points to one thing: the XRP ledger is being actively built and hardened for institutional-grade adoption. Now let's look at what the smart money is actually doing, because on-chain data doesn't lie. Wallets holding at least 10,000 XRP just hit a record high of 332,230 in May 2026. Let that sink in. Through every single dip this year, the number of serious holders has kept growing. At the same time, over 25 million XRP have left exchanges recently, meaning that supply is being moved off exchanges and held privately. Less supply on exchanges means less selling pressure, which is a bullish signal for price over time. Yes, whale withdrawals from Binance have slowed down to their lowest level since 2021, which shows big holders aren't aggressively accumulating right now. But the mid-tier holders, the people with real skin in the game, they're buying every single dip. So what does the price actually look like going forward? Let's be honest about both sides. On the bearish side, if $1.10 to $1.15 breaks, we could see XRP test $1.0. All major moving averages are pointing down and the broader market sentiment is cautious. On the bullish side, 21 Shares, a major U.S. asset management company, has set a 2026 price target of $2.45 for XRP. If the Clarity Act passes, if CME futures keep pulling in institutional flows, and if the broader crypto market recovers, a move to $1.5 and beyond is very much on the table. The disconnect between the fundamentals and the price right now is historically the kind of setup that long-term investors look back on and wish they had paid more attention to. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Always do your own research and only invest what you can afford to lose. Alright, let's wrap up with a quick recap. XRP is sitting at a 15-week low around $1.15, with RSI in deeply oversold territory. CME launched 24/7 XRP futures on June 1st with Ripple Prime as the clearing partner, a historic institutional milestone. Ripple expanded its DC policy office, deepening its influence over upcoming crypto regulations. The Clarity Act is advancing in the Senate with a 55% chance of passing this year. The XRP Ledger is getting major technical upgrades for DeFi and institutional use. On-chain data shows record numbers of mid-tier holders accumulating through the dip. The price is rough right now, but almost everything around XRP is actually moving in the right direction. If you found this video helpful, please drop a like. It genuinely helps this channel grow. Subscribe so you don't miss any updates, because things in crypto can move fast. And let me know in the comments, are you buying, holding, or have you already exited XRP? I read every comment, so let's talk down there. See you in the next one.